John Newlin shares from his book, Ordinary, An Ordinary Man's Experience with God, sharing about a time when he was working to break a horse. That's right. He wanted to be able to break the horse gently, in a gentle way, but his father did it in a very harsh way. It was at this time he learned the importance of being able to help people out by not speaking or treating them harshly. It was a life-changing experience. Check it out. Be sure to subscribe and press alert to get new notifications of new success secrets made available on VFNtv. I want to hear, because you mentioned this too. No, Fred was the horse.
Yeah.
How did you broke a horse yourself?
Okay, now here's another lesson.
Okay.
Somewhat in how not to be, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. This horse was named Fred, and he was bred from Bommy's Baby. It was a big old bellied registered quarter horse, and then from the greatest horse I was ever around in my life, his name was Bob, okay?
Okay.
My dad got Bob off the King Ranch via another man gonna sell him. He somewhat took him to kill him, knock him in the head, okay? Because he had such a bad wound on his back hock that it was the size of almost a basketball. It was so swollen up. And so my dad saw him, and because my dad had animal husbandry at a high estate and always dreamed of farming and ranching, okay? Right. He learned some things about how to take care of animals, and we had this spray called auramycin spray. You spray it on a wound, and so he bought that horse for $1,500, which was sentenced to death, which is a risk. Right. A great risk, okay? Didn't know if he could help him. Right. Brought him to our ranch, we took care of him. Bob turned into an unbelievable horse. So we bred Bob to Bommy's Baby, now we get Fred. Okay. Fred's my horse, okay? So I'm gonna try this thing called horse whispering before there was a book, before there was a story, okay? Because I think God put a sensitive part in me too, see?
What's horse whispering?
Horse whispering is where you teach an animal and you speak to him and you break him without harshness. Okay. Okay, a horse will actually follow you. I wasn't that far along, but the way I broke him, I would tie him up with a halter and I would rub Fred with a croaker sack. That's a sack that's a sack, and it's kind of a rough sack. I'd rub him everywhere. And then when it would come time to rub him totally everywhere, he's a little rough. He's a you know, a yearling colt, but he's more than a colt. I'd tie up his hind leg up to his neck under his body, and now he's standing on 3 legs. Okay. And so now I could rub him everywhere, and I'd ease up on him, and I'd put a blanket on him, then I'd put a saddle on him. I finally broke Fred where I could ride him. Wow. He'd run fast like the wind. But then I went off to college, and I wasn't there for about 3 months, and I came back in our corral, had a base rock hard pan flooring to it. It was hard. Right. And so I got up on old Fred. I thought, hey, everything's cool, Fred, you know? No, he went into a bucking spree. Oh, no. Just like in a rodeo, bucking. I'm thinking, oh, man. And you're on him. I'm on him. Oh, my goodness. I'm playing ride 'em cowboy. Right. I think I'm doing pretty good, but somehow I lost it. I went up in the air, and I came down, I landed on my back. Another story, I got the wind knocked out of me. Well, it scared my dad. Right. It scared my dad. Yeah. And I don't know if I'll tell the totality of the story, because I know if you're an animal lover and you know, don't want to hurt animals, but my dad tied him up to a lighter post. That's a post that's made out of lighter, which is real tough. And he took his dog whip and he beat Fred. Oh, wow. And he beat him, and he beat him, and he beat him. Every area of his body. Where I was trying to bring gentleness to him, he beat him. And then he turned that whip to me and he said, now get on him. I'm telling you, there wasn't no turning my dad down. I know he wasn't gonna hit me, but there's no for that, okay? I got up on old Fred, and now he's on his tippy toes, he's shivering, and we went around the place shivering. And so then after, Fred had his spirit broken. Oh, wow. He had his spirit broken. He never could quite run the same. Wow. I even had to be a little harsh for him to get him to do things myself. And so what I'm saying, listen, with your children, with your employees, if you want the best out of your employees, don't break their spirit. You can do it with just a harsh word. It doesn't have to do with a whip. Sometimes a word, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt. That is a lie. Words wound deeper than sticks ever will. So with your employees, I try to catch them doing something good. And then later on, I say, hey, I saw you doing that. Good job. Wow. Good job. Okay.
That's powerful.
Yeah. In fact, when I have my staff meetings, they first thought it was a little crazy, but I work with what I have my council. I have 3 supervisors, and I say, okay, what do we see that doctor do good during this week? Okay, and because I asked the Lord, how can I change my staff meeting? It was kind of like wah, wah, wah. And so the scripture I got as I sought the Lord was, think on these things. If there be any praise, if there be a good report, if there anything's pure or true, think on these things. So I said, think on these things in the staff meeting? And I thought, oh, I could bring out and praise each one. So we praise each doctor, okay, because they'll have a patient that maybe went back to therapy hurting, and then they went back there and they comforted them. Or maybe an employee came in, even on their days off. And so that supervisor praises them. With each part, we look for that kind of praise, right? And if we have a patient that's done well, several of them, we'll praise them. And what it's done is brought a team into our clinic that we never had before, an amazing teamwork, okay? So if there be any praise, praise your wife, praise your son. Don't be harsh, be gentle. All right, so where were we? We're coming back
that's good.
to...
So I think about even Quint Studer with the Studer Group. That he built his whole company off of, I believe, that concept of catching people doing something good. And he's done really well.
Oh, he's done wonderful.
With that, with the hospitals and the medical industry. But, it's that concept. And it really is a biblical concept where Jesus is telling us, we're so caught up on focusing on the negative, especially in business, you're thinking that's going to affect the bottom line and we might lose that customer, but being harsh is not going to change the atmosphere.
It only makes it go downhill.
It
goes downhill, it gets worse.
You can only hire so many people, right? If you start saying, I think I need to treat them
Negative reinforcement works, but only very temporarily. There's a resentment goes into their heart. It's not the same. Positive reinforcement will make them want to be a part of the team.
That's good. That's very, very good wisdom.
Ownership.
Wait. Don't go anywhere. Subscribe. Listen, together we can touch the world. That's right. Subscribe below, right? Wait. Don't go away. Subscribe. We're going to touch the world.
A lot of people want to abide with the Lord, but they just don't have a plan to do it. You can request that plan today at iabide.org.
Hey, be sure to check us out at VFNkb.com and also join the VFNkb community at VFNkbcommunity.com. Listen, your success is our success is your success, and our success together is kingdom success.